Vampire Diaries star Paul Wesley is engaged to be married. Again. The photo looked innocent enough. Just two hands, one masculine, one delicate, intertwined against a blur of Tuscan sunset. But the ring, sparkling on Natalie Kuckenburg's finger, wasn't just any diamond. It was a promise from Paul Wesley, an actor who swore he'd never marry again. Fans blinked, scrolled back, and gasped. The twice-divorced Vampire Diaries icon had proposed, and he did it exactly where he once vowed to keep his heart strictly off-screen. So, what shattered that vow? Stay with me, because the answer hides inside a single, six-word whisper uttered thousands of feet in the air. And the chain reaction that whisper triggered is wilder than any supernatural plotline Paul ever filmed. Paul's friends say his life splits neatly into two eras, before Nerano and after. 3 summers ago, freshly separated from jewelry executive Ines de Ramon, he slipped away to Italy's Amalfi Coast. Paparazzi lenses caught him on a speedboat beside a 25-year-old Brazilian model few tabloids could even name. Headlines dismissed the pairing as a rebound. Yet eyewitnesses noticed something subtle. Paul wasn't performing. He listened while Natalie read awful English menu translations aloud, cracking them both up. Then they vanished from social feeds, and everyone assumed the fling fizzled. But here's where it gets crazier. The couple created a ritual that would knit them together tighter than any red carpet debut. And that ritual involved total darkness, burnt lasagna, and zero Wi-Fi. In 60 seconds, I'll reveal exactly what they did night after night that turned flickers of chemistry into a full-blown soulmate bond. Flash forward to pandemic lockdown. While Hollywood couples broadcast TikTok dances, Paul and Natalie practiced dinner in the dark. They'd cook, switch off every light, dump their phones in a drawer, and eat by candle glow, describing flavors to each other in ridiculous, over-the-top detail. Sensory games, psychologists say, accelerate emotional intimacy. Paul reportedly told a buddy, "If she can laugh with me through burnt noodles, she can handle anything." But here's the tension point. During one pitch-black dinner, they confessed their biggest fears. Natalie said she worried commitment could cage her career. Paul admitted he'd sworn off marriage altogether after divorce number 2. They toasted to no pressure. Then they drafted a someday list. Return to Italy, ride Vespas, maybe explore Brazilian beaches. Item number 9 simply read, "If lightning strikes twice, be ready." What did lightning mean? You'll know after the next reveal. And you'll be shocked at how close they came to marrying in secret long before the sunset proposal. Winter, Vancouver. Paul wrapped filming on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Natalie joined him for the flight home. Mid-air turbulence hit hard. Oxygen masks dangled. Natalie squeezed Paul's hand, terrified. Paul leaned close and delivered 6 words. "If we land, marry me tomorrow." The plane steadied, the cabin exhaled, but Natalie's heart was still mid-freefall. She said yes on one condition. When he proposed, she wanted him calm, certain, and grounded, not reacting to fear. Paul agreed. What neither realized was that those 6 words had already planted a seed that would flower months later on a Tuscan hillside, unless fate tried to uproot it first. And fate, as we'll see, came weaponized in the unlikely form of a chatty grocer who almost blew Paul's secret plan sky high. Paul isn't new to rings. His first marriage, to actress Tori DeVito, dissolved quietly after distance eroded their connection. 6 years later, he wed Ines de Ramon in an ultra-private ceremony and retreated even further from paparazzi afterward. Friends say those splits left Paul cautious, bordering on cynical. Then came Natalie, uninterested in his fame. She once joked that the Vampire Diaries sounded like a brand of red wine. Her indifference disarmed him. Laughter hooked him. But what sealed the deal? According to insiders, a habit learned from that darkness dinner. Every Sunday, they turned off Wi-Fi for 6 hours, hiked, or read books side by side. Zero screens meant zero PR noise. Over 2 years, those silent Sundays convinced Paul that contracts don't doom relationships. Distractions do. He commissioned a ring, oval-cut diamond, sideways infinity vibe. The gold? Recycled from vintage Italian coins, past fortunes melted into new beginnings. Romantic? Sure. Risky? Absolutely. Because shipping delays nearly ruined everything days before his flight to Italy. Hang on, that near disaster led to an even bigger one, and we'll get to it right after the grocer's accidental leak. Amalfi Coast again, June 2025. Paul arranged dinner at the restaurant where he and Natalie first teased those mistranslated menus. The owner tipped Paul off to a farmhouse in the hills with no cell service. Propose there, he said. Paparazzi can't spy. Perfect. Except the next morning, a local grocer spotted Paul and Natalie buying tomatoes, posted a selfie, and geotagged their secret town. Tabloid drones launched. Paul's timeline collapsed, from days to hours. Instead of panicking, he thanked the grocer, literally DM'd, "Grazie, you forced my courage." That evening, under a sky streaked pink, Paul dropped to one knee. He tried a speech, choked on tears so hard, Natalie had to remind him to slide the ring on. She didn't need the words. She'd heard the 6-word promise over trembling airplane engines months earlier. She said yes. They snapped that now famous black and white hand photo, posted it, and broke the internet, just before the drones arrived to miss the moment entirely. Cue global meltdown. Fans scrolled furiously, counting the years between Paul's divorces and this engagement, adding up the 17-year age gap, dissecting ring specs. Yet behind the glam shot, another story brewed. While the world ached for details, Natalie's parents hadn't even heard from the couple yet. Spotty mountain signal delayed their calls. For 4 frantic hours, her family learned of the engagement through headlines. How did Natalie fix that misfire? She recorded a voice note describing Paul's proposal tier by tier and sent it the moment Wi-Fi returned. And her mother saved the recording, planning to play it at the wedding reception. Will we ever hear it? Maybe. But a single clause in Paul's ironclad privacy agreement could stop that audio from ever leaking. That clause, designed after his messy second divorce, will blow your mind. And it's coming up with the wedding rumors swirling from Brazil to Croatia. Back in LA, wildfire warnings nearly torched their engagement party. They pivoted from vineyard to an art gallery within 24 hours. Nina Dobrev popped in via FaceTime. Ian Somerhalder roasted Paul. "Bro, I played the bad boy brother, but you're the real risk taker. Third marriage? You're braver than Damon." Everyone laughed. Paul almost spilled Prosecco. Proof humor remains their glue. But lurking under jokes is a fortune teller's prophecy. During the proposal trip, a seaside tarot reader told them, "Un bambino entro 2 anni," baby within 2 years. Paul raised an eyebrow, Natalie giggled. Fans latched onto the tidbit when a waiter leaked the reading to a gossip columnist. Suddenly, hashtags Baby Diaries and Mini Stefan trended. Neither confirmed anything, but Paul subtly liked an Instagram meme of a toddler holding a wooden stake. Coincidence or breadcrumb? Wedding speculation exploded next. Natalie's Brazilian roots suggest a beach ceremony in Bahia. Paul's moody aesthetic hints at a medieval Croatian fortress. Production staff from Strange New Worlds reported seeing Dubrovnik brochures in Paul's trailer. Meanwhile, paparazzi in Rio swear they spotted Natalie touring boutique resorts. The couple's silence fuels the frenzy. Paul tweeted, "Weddings are stories, setting matters." Translation? He'll reveal nothing until they want. That decision intertwines with Paul's new policy, drafted after divorce number 2. Any spouse must sign a mutual privacy clause, barring either party from monetizing personal footage if the marriage ends. Natalie, apparently, signed without hesitation, evidence she's in for love, not limelight. But that clause can also muzzle her parents' cherished voice note, unless Paul approves. Will he relent for their big day? Or keep even family memories locked away? That's the lingering cliffhanger you didn't see coming. We haven't yet addressed the ring comparison wars. Fans measured Natalie's oval cut against Inez's vintage round. Same jeweler, different vibe. One symbolizes nostalgia, the other forward momentum. Paul reportedly told the jeweler, "This ring isn't covering history, it's writing it." Sharp line, but some sniff arrogance. Others see growth. Divorce statistics suggest third marriages have lower success rates. Counterpoint, couples who share humor and ritual, like Paul and Natalie, buck those odds. Their Wi-Fi Sundays continue. Sources say even during chaotic travel days, they find 6 offline hours. That commitment to presence may be their secret weapon, or their ultimate test if baby rumors come true. Which brings us to the unfiltered question. Does locking a relationship in legal paperwork really ensure forever? Or does the real security come from rituals forged in literal darkness and turbulence? Paul Wesley once believed vows were traps. Natalie hesitated about marriage at all. A near airplane scare and a Tuscan sunset rewired them both. So ask yourself, if life jostled your plans at 30,000 feet, would you pivot toward commitment or retreat into caution? Drop your answer below, toss in a vampire emoji if you're rooting for Paul's third time to be the charm, or a skeptical face if you think forever is a Hollywood fantasy. Hit subscribe, because whether their next headline is a Brazilian beach wedding, a medieval castle ceremony, or a Baby Diaries reveal, we'll break it first. With the same curiosity, loops and receipts, you can't stop binge watching.